What is good, Tsla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to give you guys a very quick update on the markets, break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to talk about when Jerome Powell is about to start his speech in a little bit over an hour from now. But before I begin the most information, before I talk about when Jerome Powell is giving his speech, how this could affect the markets, let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below in the description. If you sign up for Weeble and deposit $500 into the account, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 free stocks. And the offer ends very soon in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, for Tesla, in the morning I said Tesla might dip a little bit, grab liquidity all the way down to this like 162 to 164 zone. Then I said that later on during the day, the market may get a bounce, and this might actually help Tesla push up to this upper zone. That is exactly what ended up happening, especially after all this data that came out. But now we have another factor, and that's going to be Jerome Powell. So I'll be talking about that in just a minute. Then I'll break down the charts very temporarily. So what's happening right now? I just want to note that there is some more news coming out about Tesla getting downgrades. More downside is being projected by more analysts. We have another analyst at HSBC coming out saying that Tesla could see even more downside. They also cut their price targets to about $138 a share, and they're maintaining a reduced rating for Tesla. They're also implying that Tesla could have 17% downside from the current stock price. So we're seeing more analysts saying this because of what happened with deliveries, not to mention other hardships that are affecting them on a macroeconomic level. So this is something I warned you guys about yesterday. Don't be surprised by pieces of news like this. And because Tesla already dropped so hard, it's not really dropping because of this as of right now. But if there are negative catalysts that continue to come out, that could be negative for Tesla. So just be prepared for that. But as of right now, Tesla is rebounding just a bit with the market, exactly as we predicted. So what's happening with the markets? I just want to mention that I warned everyone to watch for volatility at 10 o'clock a.m. and we saw a crazy move on SPY. SPY pumped like points within just like 5 minutes. So in just like 5 minutes, SPY pumped really hard, and this actually helped the market pump too. We saw Aapl follow the trend alongside Nvidia, and the reason for this is because we had the ISM services data come out. The PMI was actually below expectations, which is not bad. But the two most important things I'm looking at are going to be new orders and prices. So down here, this data came out, new orders are actually below expectations. Prices are also lower for this sector. This suggests that there is a slowing in the economy to some extent for this sector, and this is something that's a little bit more positive for inflation. So this is actually kind of good news that came out, and the market pumped as a result of that. Now we have something else coming out at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Jerome Powell giving a speech. Whatever Powell says will affect the market, so we'll see if Powell pumps this or not. It starts at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a little bit over an hour after the time this video is going to be coming out. So what do I see for the market? How are things looking in my opinion? Let's break this down. For Tesla came down a bit, grabbing this liquidity zone. We actually made a higher low relative to this low, and now we're trying to push to our 20 EMA at 166.97, close to 167. We also have resistance at 167.8. So Tesla is actually pushing just a bit, looking quite decent right over here. And whether or not this move continues will depend on Powell. As of right now, the market is very optimistic going into his speech. So if Powell pumps the market really hard, hypothetically, Tesla could try to test 167.8, and if we break through this, we could actually get very close to 170. If Powell causes a rug pull, Tesla could come right back down to about 162. In my opinion, the chart is looking kind of bullish, so I do see potential for Tesla to actually push higher, but it all depends on Jerome Powell, so nothing can be promised. The chart does look like it's showing some life, so just keep that in mind, and that could actually be kind of positive. SPY came down in the morning to 517.5. I told you to watch support right here. If we make a higher low relative to this low, expect to move in the opposite direction back up. And that is exactly what ended up happening. We got this nice bounce. So I'm going to be looking at resistance at basically very close to about 521 is a critical resistance. This is where we had previous support becoming resistance. And we also have this gap to fill at 522.25. So the chart looks bullish right now on SPY. I also want to note that we have a bit of an uptrend right here. We had this low right here. If we came back up, made a higher low, and now we're just trying to push back up. So SPY is showing some life. It's trying to push up, and it looks bullish. But there's a big but. Jerome Powell is also coming, so who knows what he's going to cause. The market's very optimistic approaching his speech. If Powell pumps the market, SPY could easily push to 522 plus. If Powell gives us the rug pull, SPY could be coming right back down to 518 or even below that. 516 could be coming back. Now, looking at how much it dropped in such a short period of time, it does look like it's going to try to push higher, but we'll have to see what Powell says. I'm going to be unbiased and tell you that it all depends on his words. He could say anything at this point. Some economic data came out positively today, so maybe he pumps this more, but who knows? As of right now, the market's holding up quite well. For the QQQ, it's the same thing essentially. We came down to about this 438 zone. Then we got a nice push above 440. And now we're looking at this resistance right over here. So we had previous support right here at 443.25. Now we have resistance in the 443 area. Overall, this is the exact level I mentioned on the QQQ in my early morning video, and that's where we went to. So now if Powell gives us a continuation upwards, we have a gap to fill all the way up to 445 to 446. And then if we end up getting a rug pull by Powell, we could come back down to about 440, if not 438. As of right now, the QQQ is showing some life. I could see this actually push higher, but it all depends on Powell, so don't be too fixated on just that. We will see what the big guy ends up saying. Same thing with Apple. So I just wanted to mention that Apple had this trend line, this white trend line of resistance. We broke through this, and now we're testing this 170 area. I would say that if we're bullish, thanks to Powell, we could fill this imbalance all the way up towards 171.5 if he pumps this really hard. If we get a rug pull, Apple could come back down to 169, if not below that. So watch and see, and we'll see how it goes. Nvidia is pushing a bit towards 900, but like I said before, Nvidia is not as strong as what it's like before, because when you zoom out, you can see Nvidia has a nice head and shoulders like structure. So even if it does pump a little bit, it could actually make a lower high. It could pump a little bit and then eventually get a rejection. So just be careful with Nvidia there. However, if we just kind of ignore the head and shoulders for now and just look at the levels, we have 900 as resistance and also 908. We have support at 892 followed by 888.5. Overall, Nvidia is holding up quite well. We'll see if Powell pumps this higher toward 908 plus, and it's actually doing a good job at fighting so far, in my opinion. So that being said, the market's showing some life. Tesla could get dragged a little higher thanks to Powell, or lower. It all depends on what he says. So we're seeing some improvements. Let me go over just a couple more. Supermicro, if we push higher, watch for 1,000 as resistance, 1,020 above that, and 1,050. Watch support at 980. If we lose that, 950 is next. Overall, this chart is showing some life for an attempt to rebound, but we'll see what Jerome Powell causes. Additionally, if we look at Coinbase, not SoFi, Coinbase right here, this is showing a little bit of life. There is a possible head and shoulders like structure though, so be careful. It could pop and then eventually come down later. So I'd still be careful with this chart anyways, but it is showing some life for a temporary bounce. Amazon's trying to push above 182.25. If we keep going, we could be going for 183 again. If we break this, watch for a push for 184 plus. If we get a rug pull, we're going to be coming back down to 180. If we lose that, 178 is next. So we look bullish so far on Amazon. Meta is also looking more bullish as it's trying to push above 505, which is resistance. If we come down a bit, see if we can try to break it later on and go all the way up to about 510. If Powell launches us, 510 is coming. If he gives us the rug pull, we're going to be sinking all the way back down into the 490s. Overall, I'll be watching these charts and just being patient. So get ready for Powell. He's going to speak in a little bit over an hour from now. So get ready, do what you have to do, guys, and we'll see how things go. With that being said, I thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later on in a little bit over maybe like 2 hours or so. So I'll recap, excuse me, some of the things that Jerome Powell says, and just know that Tesla has some bullish potential, by the way, thanks to the overall market dragging it. And then we'll see what Jerome Powell causes. All right. So thank you for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon in just a couple of hours. Thank you, and peace out.